Obviously, good to be back preparing for a ball game, even though we did during bye week, but to actually be back in game week. I thought our kids did a nice job doing bye week. We didn't particularly practice well on Tuesday of last week, but I felt like the rest of the week we finished good as far as preparation moving forward for this week. I felt like we got a couple things accomplished. We got a chance to rest some guys that played a lot of snaps for us through game 1 through 4, so we got a chance to do that. We got a chance to also get some guys some needed rehab and some work to get healthy as we prepare for this journey that we're getting ready to go on in the next 8 weeks. We got a chance to work on some fundamental things that we need to work on as a football team. We got a chance to get back to work today, which was really good. I felt like today was a really good practice. We really trying to focus on one day at a time, one meeting at a time, one practice at a time, because if you don't, you start looking ahead and you start looking, wow, it's 8 weeks, and you can't do that. You got to take one day at a time and try to get better. And I felt like really I was down on the offensive end today and felt like that today was one of our better Monday practices. So excited about that. Thought we had a lot of energy and focus going into day 1 of practice, and I felt like we came out on top. Got a lot of things we want to work on to get better at this week, and obviously the big issue for us right now is protecting the football and not giving our opponents the ball. We've got to do a better job of that. We've gotten better. We've given ourselves a chance to win the last 2 games on the road, and we haven't come up with those wins, and that's the main reason is we've not protected the ball very well. So we need to get better at that. How do you get better at that? You keep doing what you're doing and you work at it and try to enhance it and make it better. And that's the only way I know how to do it. In 31 years, there's no magic potion or something to get better at that. You just keep doing what you're doing and try to get better at it. So that's what we'll do. Questions?
What's the biggest thing you guys took away from the UTSA game?
After the game that we lost. Try to get him better, and hopefully he can help us win some games.
Is Willie Jones going to start on Saturday?
Willie Jones will be one of the 3 quarterbacks available to play for us on Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was the perfect time to have a bye. A couple reasons. You want to kind of evaluate your team. We always talk about our preparation, whether it be our off-season preparation, our summer preparation, our spring practice. Our training camp is all predicated on the first 4 ball games of the year. And you want to be able to evaluate your team after 4 ball games. And what it did, it gave us an opportunity to evaluate ourselves, our program, and everything that is involved in our program after 4 games. Also, it gave us an opportunity to prepare for really 2 tough opponents, as we'll be on a short week next week. So it really helped us to be able to do that. I felt like we utilized the week well. Again, the 2 things I think more important than anything else is health and really, trying to get ahead for opponents, and I guess 3 things, resting some guys. So I think the bye week came at a good time for us this year.
What are your thoughts on Louisiana?
Very talented team. I got a chance to watch the game, the TV copy of the game against Alabama. It's really hard to judge anybody against Alabama, but I felt like in the second half they did well. I think Regis is a very, very talented running back, hard runner. We thought he was last year. I think he's even better this year. It's going to take all hands on deck and really do a good job of building the wall on him as far as stopping the run. I really feel like defensively, they remind me of South Alabama in a lot of ways. They're maybe a little bit bigger and longer, a little bit more athletic. They got some talented guys up front. So we've got our hands cut out for us as far as offensive line blocking them. But I feel like we've got better in the offensive line doing that each week. We got to continue to get better. Really talented wide receivers, big long wide receivers that they throw the ball up to a lot. Just for jump balls. And run game and trying to get explosive plays on the outside part of the field, we got to do a good job defensively. And then we got to find a way to win the kicking game. They had a punt block last week, and you know, we got to do a good job of you know, shoring up our punt. We weren't very good 2 weeks ago, so we've got to get better in that way. But I felt like we've worked hard to do that. So it'll be a challenge. We got to, you know, obviously we got a important week of practice to get ready for them.
It's been almost a month since you've had a home game. Kind of nice to get back and get home, especially after the bye week.
Yeah, it will be. It would be nice to get back. You know, you don't think about it. I didn't think about it till yesterday that we've only had one home game. You know, we knew it was a tough early schedule for us, as opposed to playing on the road and then, you know, having a couple road games, tough road games, and then having a bye week before you got a chance to get back home. So again, like I said, I think the bye week really played good for us this year, having a bye week when we need it, so we can get ready to come back and be at home against a tough Sun Belt team and hopefully a really nice crowd on Saturday.
When you evaluate the team during the bye week, what would you say the offensive identity is of this team through 4 games this season? How close is it to what you want to be?
Well, you know, obviously we're doing some things really well. You know, I think we're getting the ball to particular players really well. You're going to talk to one of them here in a minute, and Keenan Brown, and we found ways to get him the ball. I think we're executing some things well. What's been hurting us are the big double minus plays. You know, we've got to eliminate that. You know, when I watch the offense, there's not a whole lot of just total bust and breakdown. So we're doing some things well. We want to be able to run the ball better. We're not doing that. Last week we weren't really into the ball game of running it. We were trying to throw it, and but we've got to get back to that identity. We still want to be able to run the ball and be able to play action, take shots down the field, just like every offense in America does, for the most part.
You had a tough run defense carried over from last year, and it seems like the passing defense is coming along as well. Do you see that passing defense is growing?
Yeah, I think we've got some, you know, some things we got to get a lot better at. I'm not satisfied at it, you know, the way it's been, but I think we're doing some things. And again, we've got some older guys up front and in the front seven, so we ought to be able to master what we're doing defensively. We've got to tackle better in space. We've got to leverage the football. We'll have a big challenge this week. We'll see where we are in run defense this week with probably the best back in our league so far. So we'll have a chance to gauge ourselves, and they've got big, tall wide receivers that they love to throw the ball up to. So we'll find out where we are defensively, you know, after this ball game. It's real valuable. Again, it's something that we haven't had since we've been here. We haven't had that vertical threat at tight end since I've been here, and it's valuable to this type of offense. When you're an offense trying to spread people from sideline to sideline and run spread offensive plays, perimeter plays, inside, outside zone plays, you need that vertical threat to affect the Mike linebacker and affect the Sam linebacker and the Will linebacker, and we haven't had that. So now we've got the ability to get a guy, and a tight end is always – I always consider the tight end the quarterback's best friend, to be able to get him the ball on boots and nakeds and play action balls down the middle of the field. So we've been able to do that more. Now we've got to tie that into, you know, okay, teams are going to try to maybe take care of the tight end down the middle of the field. Now we got to go be able to win outside. And that's the key, is can we make that evolution offensively and in turn, on top of that, take care of the football better.
What does Keenan bring to his team as a leader, as someone who's an older guy?
A guy that's, you know, been in some big games, played at a high level, played at a Power 5 program, and understand what it takes. You know, I watch him practice, and I watch him, you know, when he practices like a guy that's understanding that's the carryover from practice to game, and that's one of the biggest things you have to teach young guys, is you can't flip the switch on Saturday. You can't go out here and jog through 4 days and then expect to flip that switch on Saturday and be able to go. You can't do it. You got to take game reps. And, you know, our young guys get a chance to watch him take game reps in practice and get better in practice. Is he perfect in practice? No, he's not. But he works at it. He works at it, and it's a product of what you see on Saturdays.
How would you defend it if you're on the other side?
I wouldn't tell you that publicly because I wouldn't want somebody else to do it.
We've had the conversation
Yeah.
about
Sure, it is.
And then you roll up a safety. Is that guy going to be physical enough to deal with Keenan?
I hope not.
So no comment.
No comment. Oh, see? Oh, my wife's calling me. I'm sorry. No, I wouldn't tell you that. I hope they put a linebacker on him. You know. Mm-hmm.
There are some fans out there that are kind of restless with how things are going.
Mm-hmm.
A message for them, something to keep them believing in your path.
Yeah, just watch and see how much we've gotten better from year one and now. Just
Definitely progressed from
yeah. Just keep coming in to support a program that's getting better. You know, obviously everybody wants to win. Nobody wants to win more than I do. You know, there's not a person at Texas State that wants to win more than this guy standing here. But I also understand that we're making the right progress where we're going. So, you know, I make the only thing I make the decision is to put whoever's out there on the field and who's playing.
You know, I've heard you say the same thing that you said about how he practices.
Mm-hmm.
How big is it for those young guys on this team to see guys who practice like that so that can translate to you?
Well, hopefully they're watching. You know, it is important for guys to understand. We preach it all the time. Those guys live it. You have to convince and earn the trust sometimes out of young guys that that's the way to do it. And some of them don't, and some of them call you 3 years after they're done and say, "I wish I'd have done that." You know, so it's this. You know, you make a choice. We talk about having choices. You know, and guys have to make choices on what they want to do. You know, if they want to be really good, there is no choice. You have to work hard every day. There is no choice. If you think you might want to be good, then you may make the choice not to work hard some days. So if you want to be a really good football player, you know, if you want to be a really good doctor, you better work at it every day. You know, if you want to be a really good football player, you better work at it every single day.
Do you have any news on James Sherman? I know he didn't play in the UTSA game because his kicks were low. Is that like fixed itself over the bye week or?
I don't have any news on James Sherman.
Coach, earlier in the year you were talking about Caleb Twyford as a player that you want to get more involved in the offense. How is he doing in practice?
Well, he didn't play last week because of his shoulder. He's well, and he will be available this week. And today's been the first week. He practiced a few days last week. He's had a good, bye week of practice and had a good day today.
How's the defensive line been on the bye week?
Good. I mean, Dean Taylor's the only guy that we've had that's a little nicked up, and we really, again, he was one of the guys we tried to watch and take some time to heal, but again, we're expecting to have him available. I don't think he played very much at all, and hopefully he's getting better. He's not 100% yet. Hopefully we get him to that point. I thought he had a good bye week. Hopefully we can start getting him in the mix and in the rotation here pretty quick.
Last week against UTSA, you mentioned you didn't get into the run game as much. Is that going to be a philosophical change going forward, or is that just conducive to the game at UTSA?
Yeah, it depends on what works. We're going to try to do the plays that work. If it's passing, we'll pass. If it's run, we'll run.